Welcome to the great upper Midwest. We're in Minnesota cross-country skiing. It's pretty ordinary at this time of year. It's the kind of thing that these folks excel at. They also excel at dealing with the cold, and we've got 39 degrees here for the home opener for the Minnesota Twins as we welcome you to Root Sports Telecast. Mariners Twins, good to have you with us. Not quite a full house, but a hearty group of folks here waiting to see baseball. Take a look at the starting lineups. It'll be topped by D. Gordon for the Mariners.
Now we'll look at the middle of the lineup. Following Gordon, it'll be Robinson Cano hitting third, hitting .500 on the year, hitting .382 here at Target Field. That's the highest batting average since this ballpark had opened. Mitch Haniger hits cleanup today. He leads the team in home runs and RBIs. Daniel Vogelbach getting the start. He will hit sixth in the lineup. Was 2 for 4 yesterday in San Francisco. For Kyle Gibson, take a look at his numbers from last year. ERA just over 5 in 158 innings. He had 121 strikeouts. Opponents hit .292. He gave up 24 home runs. And a look at the defense. Byron Buxton will be in center field, one of the fastest center fielders in the business. Miguel Sano and Joe Mauer on the corners. Mitch Garver will do the catching.
First pitch, swing and a miss. D. Gordon, we're underway. Dan Bellino's got balls and strikes today with Adam Hamari at first, Tom Hallian at second, Phil Cuzzi at third. D 2 for 4 yesterday, hitting at .429. Center field, Buxton coming on, not gonna get it, base hit. D. Gordon, what a start, 10 for 22 on this season.
And again, he's just trying to put the ball in play. He's really done that well. This is a fastball trying to sink on him. Probably hits it towards the end of the bat, maybe helped him out. Soft line drive, hits the outfield grass before Buxton can make a play. In San Francisco, he had a couple of stolen bases as Segura will step in, another hot hitter for the Mariners.
Up to 40 degrees here in Minneapolis. Segura 1 for 4 yesterday. 3 hits against Kyle Gibson, 1 a home run.
This is something that we've seen from Segura. Anytime Gordon gets on base, he will take a strike, give him a chance to steal if he wants to. Good numbers against Kyle Gibson in his career, 3 for 9 with a home run.
Gibson, a first-round pick out of the University of Missouri back in '09. Joe Mauer applying the tag over there a little bit late.
Last year for Gibson, his fastball again 92, used his slider quite a bit. In his last outing, though, he went to his curveball. So we'll see what he's featuring here this afternoon.
1-1 to Gene Segura, 7 for 20 in the season.
Again with Gordon at first base, big hole on the right side of the infield. Buxton, the center fielder, shading towards right center, so it looks like they want to pitch him away.
Keeping a close eye on D. Gordon. Gibson last year 12 and 10, a .507 ERA. Won his opener against Baltimore. 6 hitless innings. Did some nice work. 4-2 career in 8 games against the Mariners. D was leaning just a little bit, keeping them close.
It is pretty amazing, Dave, when you showed me the pictures of this ballpark yesterday while we were in San Francisco, and to see it today, I would not have thought it was going to be able to play baseball, but here it is. It looks beautiful out there. I know it's cold, but
yeoman work as this one goes down the line. A picture, I retweeted the picture, somebody probably from the organization here, showed about 6 inches of snow on the seats here. We come in today and it was just gorgeous. What do you say they
have heat under the turf on the field, so that certainly helped that. And as far as the stands go, I understand they had pressure washers with warm water to melt the snow out. And so by the time we showed up this morning, it looked terrific.
Mariners got in, landed at 2:10 Central Time, 17 degrees this morning. There goes D. Got a good jump. Line drive, base hit, center field. D to third. Boy, you like this combination.
Yeah, we talked about it at home. We saw a lot of this. Again with Segura, he's such a good hitter, and D takes off on the move. Segura gave him a chance to steal the base earlier in the at-bat, but after taking a strike, it's a solid line drive, slicing line drive into right field.
And we've talked about it before. You know what really makes this special is Segura's ability to hit pole to pole.
It does, and he can force the ball to the right side if he wants to, even if you try to pitch him inside. And right there was a good example of an inside-out swing. That's the reason why the ball was slicing away from the center fielder, trying to take advantage of that hole on the right side. Now D was on the move, but he'd made up his mind. He was going to hit the ball the other way.
Hot hitter Robbie Cano slaps one foul. He's 9 for 18.
I mentioned it. Since target field opened up, he has the highest batting average at a 382 mark.
Robbie 2 for 4 yesterday. He's got 8 career hits against Gibson. One. Mariners 4-3 against the Twins last year, a team that made the playoffs, a wild card team, lose to the Yankees in a wild card game. Mariners 2-2 here at Target Field. A small footprint here, but boy, they did a wonderful job with this ballpark. Pitch to Cano. 2-1. Mariners off to a good start, 2-1 against Cleveland at home. They split with the Giants, losing yesterday 10-1. Twins come in, win 2 of 3 at Baltimore to start the season. Split pair at Pittsburgh in the snow. Finished up yesterday. Video of Fernando Rodney on the mound, holding his head up, mouth open, taking in some snow. Off the fist, popped it up. Sano retires Cano, 1 out. There's a former Mariner closer. Yep, had tilted just a little bit to the right. Have some. They don't get this in the Dominican Republic. Mitch Haniger. Good start for him. 7 for 15 with the double. 2 homers and 5 runs batted in. Nelson Cruz, Mike Zunino, Ben Gamble on the continue on the mend here. Just got service talking about Mike Zunino. They want to back him off just a little bit. No rush trying to get him here on Sunday when it's supposed to snow anyway. The medical staff told Scott, hey, better safe than sorry. Slow him down a little bit. Said the swelling has gone down to Mr. Cruz's ankle, and that's outstanding news. He's not begun any baseball activities to this point. Watch the arm here on this guy. Throws it wide. Run scores all the way to third. Here's Segura safe with the dive. 1-0 Mariners. Sano's got a cannon, but boy was he erratic on that one. 1-0 Mariners. Take it.
And I think it's the speed of D. Gordon. Routine ground ball to Sano, as Dave mentioned, has a strong throwing arm, but he rushes this throw and just pulls it right across his body as D dives into home plate.
The Mariners with a first inning lead and a chance to continue on here. Error on Sano. Runners at the corners. Brings up Kyle Seager, coming off an 0 for 4 yesterday in San Francisco. Got 3 hits so far, 1 a double. He's driven in 2. Like that combination up top, Gordon and Segura. Gene's at third right now. D scored. Kyle fouls it off. Tell you what, you can't say enough about. I'm always curious about what it's like, the effect on the hands in this kind of temperature. I mean, as you go through a ball game and get a couple of bats. I mean,
I think for the guys right now starting the game off, coming out of the dugout and going to home plate, I think they're in good shape right now. It's after the game gets started, or for the Twins now who have been in the field for a little while, makes it more difficult as the game moves on, and that temperature will start to drop. Right now the Mariners should be fine.
1-2 to Seager. Kyle Gibson last June 8th back home in Seattle, 6 innings of 5-hit 1-run ball, then came back here 5 days later, went 6 innings of 12-hit 6-run ball, but won both games.
And with one out, Kyle will have to battle here. 1-2 count for him. Daniel Vogelback getting the start today. He's waiting on deck. Daniel, the DH.
Popped it up, and it's playable. Sano in fair territory. Two away. Brings up Daniel Vogelback. The DH. He's 2 for 9 with an RBI.
Picked up a couple of hits yesterday in San Francisco. Had the start at first base. Ended up going 2 for 4 with a double. Had a double out to left field, hit the base of the wall in left field.
First base hit a rocket off the glove of first baseman Brandon Belt. Well, this would seem to be a ballpark made for him. To the pull side. 1-1.
It's a tall wall in right, but it's only 365 to right center. A little bit of a breeze blowing out today.
Now favoring going towards left field. I bet they'd win yesterday at San Francisco.
Both days.
Man. A couple of routine balls. Got a whole lot of extra carry on them. The Giants yesterday playing home run derby. Did 4 of them. Two to Vogelback. He lets it rip. Base hit. It's 2-0 Mariners. He was ahead in the count and cashed in. It's his second RBI, 3rd hit of the season.
The thing I like about it is it's staying aggressive, but more importantly, 2-0. Most of the time you think you're getting a fastball, but instead it's a changeup at 83 miles an hour, and he lets the ball travel just enough to hit the line drive into right field. Good hitting for Daniel.
Here's a Brian Healy. Should start seeing a hitting surge from Mr. Healy. He's 1 for 14.
He picked up a base hit first day in San Francisco. Had a base hit into right field. Did not start in yesterday's game. Had the day off as Daniel Vogelback had to start at first base. Came on later to pinch hit. For Gibson, 20 pitches, 14 strikes.
Everybody that we've seen really trying to pitch, make sure they pitch away to Healy. 7th man to the plate here in the first inning. Ground ball to Sano. Throws across, dug out by Maurer. Mariners are done, but a very good start. 2 runs, 3 hits, and there were a couple left. 2-0 Mariners with the Twins coming to bat. Back here in Minnesota, Target Field, James Paxton, second start of the season. And I think it's fair to say he's expecting big things from himself today after the shaky start back home. Take a look at the lineup that he'll be facing this afternoon.
Leading off, Brian Dozier. Want to be careful with him. 318 average, but 4 home runs already this year for the leadoff hitter. Miguel Sano will hit third. He leads the club with 5 RBIs. Ryan Lamar hitting 7th in the lineup, was not supposed to make the team. Big spring for him. Makes the lineup, hitting 7th and playing left field. For James Paxton, as Dave mentioned, struggled in his first outing. We'll take a look at his numbers from last year. ERA just under 3, 156 strikeouts in 136 innings. Big numbers for him. Opponents hit just 223.
0-1 to Brian Dozier. Dangerous leadoff hitter, 34 home runs last year. 2016 he hit 42. 28 and 23 the 2 years before that.
See James trying to keep the ball away from him. 94 miles an hour on that fastball. In his first outing, he was 94 to 98 miles an hour with a curve, slider, and changeup. Dozier, his power is to left field.
James got in trouble with the walks in that last start against Cleveland Indians. It was a 2-1. Is that a play?
The keys for the Mariners today, obviously for James Paxton. We mentioned it, 4 walks in his first outing. 3 of them ended up scoring off of him. We'd like to see him a strong couple of innings. Good to see the Mariners get on the scoreboard early. The shadows are already starting to work out towards home plate, so probably second, third inning it's going to be difficult for the hitters.
Those are 2 for 8 with a homer against James. Pops this one up. Freitas, Healy taking a look. Healy calls him off. Big out, 1 down.
Look at the defense for the Mariners. Ichiro getting the start in left field. Ryan Healy, we mentioned it, had yesterday off back at first base this afternoon, and David Freitas will do the catching.
Brings up Joe Mauer. Local kid done good. Terrific career. Started out as a catcher, first baseman. Big numbers there against the Mariners. A lot of those home runs at the old Metrodome going the other way, left center field.
But tougher here, left center field, 377 out to the gap in left center field. So tougher for him in this ballpark. Only 4 at-bats against Paxton for Mauer in his career, 1 for 4. Good sign for James when you see 95 miles an hour in the first inning. Typically that means his mechanics are in good shape.
Miguel Sano's on deck. Boy, he is really close to us, the on-deck hitter. My goodness. On his fist, fouled it off. See how close Sano is.
Trying to get a good look.
Yeah. Now we're 5 for 15, couple of doubles so far.
Another good fastball, 97 miles an hour. For James last year, his average fastball at 96 miles an hour. Again, curve, slider about 89, changeup at 87. '29 pitches, first inning for James against Cleveland. Like to be a lot more economical today. Worked inside, missed. Well, one of the things for James is, you look at the numbers, it'll let you know. For him, he has a good fastball, but if he's struggling with his command, there's not much guessing to it. He'll throw his fastball about 90% of the time when he's behind in the count.
Here's the 2-2. There we go. 2 away.
Good to see him field his position. You mentioned the fastball. Again, fastballs thrown in his last outing, 69 of them. See the foul ball, 16 foul balls. That's a lot of foul balls for him. Ball put in play 10 times. A couple of them home runs. Hits allowed 6 off of the fastball. Swinging his strikes just 5. So for James, fastball command is critical early in the count so that he can go to his curve or slider, keep them off balance, and then you'll see him pitch inside with his fastball a little bit more when he's ahead.
Miguel Sano, powerful right-hand hitter. 6 for 22 start, couple of doubles.
3 for 6 in his career against Paxton.
Slicing drive going foul. Snow has got the rocket arm that you've seen. It's erratic, big throw. Cost the Twins a run top half of this first inning. 28 homers a year ago. Swing and a miss. 25 the year before. Made the All-Star team last year. Hitting .264, 28 homers and 77 runs batted in. Paxton's got him 1-2. Didn't go as a check with Adam Homari.
Put him away with a slider. Second strike was also a slider. Not able to check his swing, so he went right back to it.
2-2 to Sano. Fouled off.
His best fastball at 98. Last year, James, it was interesting. Talked to him about pitching and the things that he wants to do. A slider, he would call it a cutter. Scott Service said no, it's definitely a slider. So again, right around 91 miles an hour so far this afternoon.
Got him a chase. And a nice turnaround, a nice comeback by Paxton. Economical with his pitch count compared to the opener last week. 2-0 Mariners. Flowers Root Sports crew on hand here. Big crowd. Opening day here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Ichiro leads off. The Mariners top of the second, followed by David Freitas and D. Gordon. 2 runs on 3 hits. Throwing error by Sano allowed a run and an RBI by Vogelbach. But the 2-0 lead on Kyle Gibson and the Twins. Slaps it through the hole. Base hit Ichiro. His 3rd of the season. Now 3 for 13. Tuesday, April 17th. Bark in the Park night at Safeco Field. For just $50, you and man's best friend going to get tickets to the game, a Mariners giveaway, and the chance to walk around the bases after the game. So visit mariners.com/bark for tickets. There's a lot of fun going up there, seeing all the breeds. It's like being at the Doug Show. David Freitas. Next pitch inside. Looking for his 2nd hit of the spring.
Kyle Gibson, he had to throw 22 pitches in the first inning, so the Mariners making him work. He didn't walk anybody, but they picked up 3 hits and a couple of runs.
Fouled off 1-1. Freitas called back up from Tacoma when Mike Zunino was shelved with an oblique injury. So look around target field. Opened in 2010. You hit well in the old Homer Dome, didn't you?
I liked it there.
Because you as a right center field guy, that was made for you.
Yeah, that was nice. Where they had the tall wall in right field with where the blue baggie was out there.
Yeah,
remember
right.
that?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
And was it 09? In 09, Junior hit a home run there. Junior used to own that place. That will get through the hole. So a couple of hits here to get the Mariners' second going. David Freitas. Second hit. David Freitas, nice job. Take a look at the coldest games here at this ballpark, as you mentioned, opened in 2010. First pitch temperature today was 40. You and Scott Service have something in common. You were in a game back in what, 96?
96.
And Scott was asked, you know, coldest game you ever played in, and he mentioned that game, and it turned out you were in it.
Yeah.
In Chicago, right?
Yeah, that was when I was with the Dodgers, and Scott was catching for the Cubs on that particular day. It was freezing outside. Yeah, that was probably one of the coldest games I'd ever been in.
Sound rain expected around 7 o'clock Central Time. Scott was saying that Tommy was sort of threw a fit, didn't even want to play the game, and then as again, what, Ramon Martinez, Pedro's
brother.
Yep.
Ended up
fielding
getting hurt.
a bunt. Was it fielding a bunt?
Ended up getting hurt, and Tommy was not happy about it at all. That was a game I told you about it when Sammy Sosa hit the one hopper off my shin, so I wasn't happy about it either. Along with a lot of pain.
That still hurts, doesn't it?
It still hurts. I still have the scar from it. Got some seams in there. Yeah, that was a cold day. So, so I'm on board with Scott.
Bullet one hopper, exit velo probably around 100 and change.
I would guess every bit of it.
D. Gordon started the ball game off 0-1 pitch, single to center. 2 on here for him. Shows bunt, takes the ball.
One of those things too where before the game you're trying to make a decision on how much clothing you can actually put on and still go out and do your job.
You don't want to look like the Michelin tire man, do you?
Well, I had one extra layer on because I couldn't get my glove down in time and it took it off the shin.
Get some goalie pads next time. 2-1 to Gordon. First 2 men have reached via singles, left side. What goes foul? 2-2 to D. 9 hit. I'd make that 10 hits. 10 for 22. Terrific start to this season. Game number 6 here for the Mariners. His brother Nick, highly regarded first-round pick for the Twins a couple of years ago, shortstop. Jackknifed out of the way, but Dan Bellino said it caught the plate. First strikeout for Gibson, 1 away.
Looked like it was a pretty good 2-seam fastball. Started in off the plate. According to our EQC tracer, it was on the corner.
Shane Segura. Base hit center, run scored. And Ichiro at second, David Freitas at first. Good look at the breaking ball there. Segura now 4 for 10 against Gibson.
And now you can start to see where the shadows are going. Still not too bad for the hitters. It's when it gets about halfway out to the mound is when it's a problem.
Really limits your ability to see the spin out of his hand.
It just looks gray out of his hand. The baseball looks gray, and it's tough to pick the spin up.
Ball, 2 strikes.
Try to help out at the stadium. The lights are on.
Another opening day for the Mariners, bunting around the ballpark. Always like to see the bunting. Next time we see it, hopefully it's because the Mariners are in the playoffs. Off the fist. They'll not get the two. Hustling down the line, Gene Segura. Beach Road to third.
Ends up jamming him, so it's a pretty routine ground ball. Gene hustling, clearly beats it. Give Robbie a chance to drive in a run.
Ichiro's at third. They got Segura all bundled up at first for Robbie Cano, 0 for 1. Popped out to the third baseman.
Well, Scott has the home plate umpire walking over.
Dan Bellino's home plate umpire.
Well, if there's something that was going on at second base that maybe he wants him to take a look at. I didn't see anything. We'll take a look. Turn. See if he's. Yeah, his foot is. Looks like it's. Well, maybe he thought he maybe lifted his foot a little bit early.
I think his back foot had the back big toe. His right toe looked like it had the corner of the bag. Scott probably couldn't see it from his vantage point. That replay gives you a look at it as Robbie fouls one back.
Good aggressive swing on a fastball at 93. Primera Supermo, you can see the transfer. It's a good look at it. He's in good shape, yeah. There's nothing wrong there.
Absolutely, at both feet. Tom Hallion's a second base umpire. Two out, two on. Robbie trying to get some more on the board here for the Mariners. Check this swing. Dug out nicely by Mitch Garver. Coming off a spectacular sprint at 4:06. Kept it going here in the early going. Check this swing. Did he go? He did. So it's Phil Cuzzy down at third. So 1 and 2. You know, with 8 career hits against Kyle Gibson. Greenfield, Indiana native. First round pick, University in Missouri. 2009, hit by the Twins. One, 2 to Cano. 2-2. On deck hitter, Mitch Haniger. Nelson Cruz, I'm sure you miss being in this ballpark after some of the wallops you've turned in the last couple of years here at this ballpark.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Woo!
The home runs he hit here.
And 2 years ago, remember he was hurting with the hand?
Yeah.
And he had some mammoth blast.
Amazing.
2-2. Jammed him. Sano has no play behind the dugout.
Take a look at Gibson. Mentioned it earlier. His fastball right around 92 miles an hour. High batting average against a 321. Slugging over 500 against his fastball. He'll try to get to that curveball, his best pitch. The opponent's hitting just 254, but slugging just 317 off the curveball. He's throwing a lot of pitches in this one. 42 pitches so far. 22 of them in the first. Now 20 here in the second.
2-2 to Robbie. Ichiro got it started with a base hit to left. Freitas followed with one to left. Through the hole on the left side. Here we go one more time at 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Second strikeout for Gibson. Mariners get no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. 2-0 Seattle. best network for streaming baseball, because your stadium should be where you make it. Beautiful Target Field, Minneapolis, Minnesota, right downtown. Here in the great city of Minneapolis.
Good first inning for James Paxton. Had to throw 17 pitches. Pretty good command of the strikes. Only topped out at 98 miles an hour. It was a 1-2-3 first for him, including a strikeout.
Robbie Grossman fouls it back. DH today, followed by Byron Buxton and Max Kepler. Downtown, probably 300 yards away or less away from First Avenue, which was made famous by the late Prince, who passed away a couple of years ago, a few years ago now. First saw Robbie Grossman with Houston. Robbie, third year here with the Twins. Cano backing up. Patton shoulder catch. If I'm having a catch, just a regular catch, I don't even know if I want to do it there, let alone in a game.
Supreme confidence.
I'm telling you.
And when that ball was popped up, he called it right away.
You right?
Yeah. Thing. Has he always done that, or has that been the last couple of years?
No. I think it just, since he's been here, I've obviously more aware of it.
Right.
But when he was doing New York, you know, yeah. But now, you know, we see it every day. I was like, damn. Some style there. Here's Byron Buxton, 4 for 19 with a double to start the season. Having a conversation with Cameron Maben, who really likes Buxton. And he said, next time I see him, I said, I got to tell him, don't worry about home runs. With your speed, get it on the ground and run. Stellar defensive player, platinum glove guy.
One of the fastest players in the league, if not the fastest.
Yeah, you said you saw a number.
Yeah, they had him rated. I'm not sure what the scale was when they rated, but I was reading quickly. He was ranked #1. I think D. Gordon was 3 in that.
Man.
So a couple of the fastest center fielders in the business playing in this game today.
We've seen D chatting with the boys out in the pen. Buxton out of Baxley, Georgia, 24 years old, first-round pick, second pick back in 2012. D speed not going to be enough, nor is Robbie. Big turn by Buxton. Robbie held him, dared him to run. Not going to run a Cano's run. His arm from that distance, no chance.
It's a good pitch, jams him, and Robbie hustling out to the outfield, just not able to get there.
Yeah, go ahead, run.
Certainly aware of his speed. That's why he turned around so quickly.
Yes, indeed. .29 stolen bases last year for Buxton. Here's Max Kepler. Way upstairs. Nice catch by Freitas. Paxton went 1-2-3 in the first with a strikeout. He's got 1 out, 1 on here in the second. Kepler 5 for 17. Pretty good lead by Buxton. Speed pitch, breaking ball for a strike. Paxton career against Minnesota 2-1, a 2.70 ERA in 3 starts. Beat him in Seattle last June 6th. Went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs. Easy play, D. Gordon. 2 away here in the Twins second. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. 2 away. Batting in the 7-hole, Ryan Lamar. 2 for 3. Limited action. Left fielder. Swung the bat well in the springtime and made the team managed by Hall of Famer and 2017 Manager of the Year, Paul Molitor, longtime Mariner batting coach. Well placed 94. 0-2. There's the Hall of Famer. Man could hit. The Igniter. Great years. Milwaukee, Minnesota, and Toronto. The other way through the hole, base hit. Buxton a flyer. Look at that stride. Haniger gone after him. Hit the cutoff man. Throw back to first. Oh, just missed him. Good job by Haniger to hit the cutoff man, and Gene threw a rocket over to first base to Healy. See if they could get Lamar making a turn.
This is well done all the way around by the Mariners defense. Take a look at the hitter. Lamar running out of the batter's box, picking up the base hit to right field. He sees that the throw is going to be towards third, so he rounds the base a little bit more, but a quick play by Segura. Just able to get his hand back in time.
Tell you what,
Nice job by Haniger to hit the cutoff.
Yeah, hit him perfectly with some heat on it. Ari Adrianza switch hitting shortstop now. 2 out, runners at the corners. 2-0 Mariners. First pitch strike at 96. Ball outside, 1-1. It's one of those little things in baseball. You don't always get to see it executed as well as was, but Mitch charge, great throw, something on it, right the chest of Segura, who throws over to first. I mean, it can save a pitcher, save your team, save a lot of runs, a lot of abuse.
Most of the time it's not going to work, but those few times that it does, it's a big lift for your club. And the way that it works is you have to be able to hit the cutoff man consistently, and that's something that all the Mariner outfielders do such a good job of, even though they're fairly young. When you talk about Haniger, Heredia is very good at it also. Gamble when he gets here.
The other thing that in the dirt, Lamar gets down to second. The other thing we talk about all the time, they do a wonderful job backing up.
Yes.
Wild pitch gets a runner to second.
You even see D. Gordon on the move right there, just in case there was a throw down to second base. He was on the move in to back up.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tying runs aboard. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Nice job by Paxton to strand those 2 runners. To the third we go. When we come back, Mitch Haniger leads off for the Mariners. Remnants of snow. We saw it coming in last night. Open up the windows, the curtains in the hotel, and snow on the roofs all around downtown Minnesota. But we are playing baseball today. The home opener for the Twins. Mariners in town. Which Haniger going to lead it off here in the third. Reaching on fielder's choice first time around. Got the shift on. Look out.
And almost hit him with a breaking ball. See the face guard on his helmet. It was after being hit in the face last year.
Jacob deGrom, the Mets, got him. DL for the second time. At the oblique injury. Shortstop boots it, and Haniger's aboard. He's 6. Second error today by the Twins. Sano, the third baseman, made it now. Hey, the reigning World Series champion Houston Astros, they come to the Emerald City starting Monday, April 16th for a 4-game AL West showdown with the Mariners. Jose Altuve and the Astros are going to meet Robinson Cano and the Mariners in a can't-miss series. Tickets at mariners.com. Got their rings a couple days ago. I think they have a Mariner ring like that at some point. There's Kyle Seager, popped up to third. Left fielder Omar coming in. One away. There's Daniel Vogelbach. Got ahead in the count 2-0. First inning. Single to right. And drove in Gene Segura with the second run. First run scored on the throwing error by Sano.
Again, it was on a changeup, a 2-0 changeup. 83 miles an hour is left up in the zone for him. Makes it a little bit easier, but pretty good hitting. Get too far out in front of it, expecting to get a fastball on a 2-0 count.
Haniger pretty good lead at first. Stole 5 bases last year. 0-1 to Vogelbach. Daniel ahead in the count again at 2-0. Back in Orlando, Florida. Boy, the rest of his family was born in West Virginia. It looks at ball 3. On deck hitter Ryan Healy. Infield swung around to the right for Vogelbach. Pitch. Here's the strike.
Daniel taking all the way 3-0.
Second round pick of the Cubs back in 2011. Daniel coming over in July of 2016 with Paul Blackburn, Jordan Prius, and Mike Montgomery. Montgomery went on to get the final out in the World Series for the Cubs that year. Three-two pitch. Back with the dive, Haniger. Three-two pitch. Smoked center field, base hit. Daniel Vogelbach 2 for 2.
He is really doing a good job of squaring up the baseball, getting counts in his favor. Had 2 hits yesterday. We mentioned it with the double to left field. 3-2. That's a good fastball, probably on the outside corner. Barrels it up.
Two hits today for Vogelbach, now 4 for 11 on the season.
It's time for the Mariners to have somebody pick up a base hit with a runner in scoring position. They struggled yesterday, 1 for 12, and so far today just 1 for 8.
And 4 for his last 6.
Yeah, he's swinging the bat well.
Here's Healy. Ground out to third.
Some people are asking me about it, and especially with Nelson going on the disabled list, but it's never good news with Nelson not in your lineup. One of the best DHs in the game, top hitters in the game, period, power hitters. But for Daniel coming out of spring training, because he played so much, the timing of it was good for Daniel to get in the lineup and get a chance to play, since he had all those at bats in the spring, and he's had a great spring, and it's carrying over for him.
Hit hard. Oh, Sano robbed him. Alert base running by Haniger, back safely at second without a throw.
Well, we were looking for a base hit with a runner in scoring position, and that's just bad luck. Ryan Healy is going to square this pitch up middle and squares it up right at Sano at third. Dave mentioned great base running to freeze as soon as they saw it was a line drive. That'll bring up Ichiro, had a base hit his first time up back in the second inning.
Going back to what Vogelbach has done, his contributions. If the Mariners can hold the fort waiting for Nelly and Z and Gamble to come back, wow.
Well, that's what they have to do.
Man, oh man.
You have no choice in the matter. And
but I'm saying if they produce, that is just such a tremendous situation.
Agreed.
Ichiro put one through the hole left side first time up.
Starting to square the baseball up. We talked about it. Base hit from Vogelbach, exit velocity of 109, and for Healy that line drive out was at 105. So they're really squaring the ball up now.
So pulled down to the first baseman Maurer. That'll do it. No runs. A hit and error, 2 left. Home third coming up, 2-0 Mariners. All right, Angie, thank you very much. Mitch Garver leads off against James Paxton. Mitch, the catcher, 0 for 4.
More James, a couple of strikeouts. A couple of hits in the last inning. There's a little bit of trouble second and third with 2 outs, but picked up another strikeout to get out of the inning. So far today, his fastball is topped out at 98. Pretty good slider to go with it. 40 pitches, 26 strikes for James.
Fly ball towards the line. Going over Haniger, makes bobbles. That's a fair ball, couldn't hold on. Garver's in at second. Knew that wall was coming up quickly.
And we saw the bobble, but couldn't tell if he caught it or not because he disappeared up against the wall and clearly bounces off of his shoulder. Well, it was clearly a fair ball, too. Take another look at it. Yeah.
So an E9 they give him. Runner at second, back to the top of the order, and Brian Dozier fouled out to Healy at first. Stopped by Freitas. Freitas and Mike Margima handling the catcher with Mike Zunino on the DL with an oblique injury. Twins stranded 2 in the second inning. Swing and a miss. Second and third, 2 outs. And Paxton was able to strike out the shortstop Adrianza.
Just see Dozier swinging at that fastball 95 above the belt. We've seen that too. He can hit a good fastball that is up in the zone. Have to be careful. Another slider from James.
2-1. Dozier got big time pull power, no question. Dozier born and raised in Elvis's hometown, place of birth, Tupelo, Mississippi. Played his college ball at the University of Southern Miss. Brett Favre played football. 3-1 to count. There's a strike, 3-2. Dozier had 271 last year, and that's the best batting average of his career. Paxton 12 wins, most in his career last year. That with 2 stints on the DL. Swing and a miss, late swing. That's a big strikeout to retire a home run threat. Brian Dozier, that's a 3rd strikeout.
And just a really good fastball at 97 miles an hour, trying to go to the outside corner. That is at the knees. Perfect pitch from James. Talk about James needed to bounce back after his opener in Seattle at Safeco Field, and that's typical of him in his career. As you look at the numbers overall, it's a nice job, and that's been the case today. He's had good stuff today. Again, a plus slider to go along with it, and just picked up his 3rd strikeout.
Talking to Mel Stoudemire after his start, a day or two after start last week, and he said, look for this kid to be a lot more aggressive. He sort of got away from the game plan last time, trying to work on that breaking ball, and didn't have good command. And now he's getting after pretty good. Ooh, and that gets through. Freitas moving to 3rd is Garver.
I want to start him with a curveball.
Gotta remember, get to know you process with Freitas and Margima, the new catchers, no Zunino. Another couple of weeks. Pass ball is the ruling. You have an everyday catcher, the guy's going to do 140 games or something. You get used to not seeing things like that. So again, Freitas coming over from the Atlanta organization. Still get to know your process with this staff. There's a strike.
Good slider on the outside corner.
Swing and a miss. Good pitch.
Mariners up a couple of runs. Infield back. Al Seager playing even with the bag at third. Teams really like to get a strikeout here.
Tough hitter here, and another one with Sano coming. Did he go? Check down to third. Phil Cuzzy says no. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
3 hard sliders in a row. The last one at 90 miles an hour. Trying to get him to chase it again. Didn't miss by much.
Big 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's a big strikeout. Back-to-back Ks for Paxton, his 4th of the ball game. Struck out 3 of the last 4 men that he's faced.
And we'll take a look at it again. Another slider at 89 miles an hour. So 4 sliders in a row. Put away Mauer.
Runner at third, 2 down. Miguel Sano. Paxton struck him out in a 2-2 pitch in the first. Two balls, no strikes. It's an old big man at 6'4", 260 out of San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic. 24 years old.
He will have the green light here to swing 3-0 if he wants to.
How about that? I think a pitch to come back with, right?
Right back with the slider. It's smart. James knowing that. Freitas, the catcher, working together, did not want to give in to him. Trying to protect that 2-run lead, and went back with a slider that was down out of the strike zone to get him to swing over the top of it.
Big 3-1 pitch. Lost him.
Overthrowing that fastball.
First walk by Paxton. Runners at the corners. Again, the Twins have tying runs aboard. So if he can get Robbie Grossman, it popped out to Cano. Last year, Paxton 156 strikeouts, 37 walks in 136 innings. Out tip caught by the catcher, Freitas. Dug out by Freitas at the time. 1-1. We wanted that.
That's a good pitch.
Oh my goodness.
That's 97, just above the belt, clearly on the plate. Galeno missed that one.
Two 2-1 pitch. 3-1. Doesn't want to load him up. Byron Buxton's on deck. Carver's at third. E9 got him to second. A pass ball got him to third after 2 strikeouts. No walk in a 3-1 pitch. Now 3-1 here to Grossman. Foul back.
James. His pitch count starting to get up there on him. 62 pitches overall. Tie working here in the third inning.
Time called by Grossman. Big payoff spot right here. 3-2 with the tying runs aboard. Pitch. Struck him out. Got out of a jam again. Stranding 2 in the third. When we come back, the gold medal winning U.S. curling team, they had a very interesting moment here at Target Field before the game. Tell you what, number 18 from the 50 Cent school of first pitches. Remember 50 Cent, the rapper, throwing a pitch at a Met game and aiming at home plate, and it wound up in the first base dugout. Here's David Freitas leading off. Great day for him. Congratulations on the gold.
Nice
surprised
ovation.
Everybody.
Yeah, nice ovation for him when they came out.
Freitas with a base hit to left back in the second inning. Freitas to be followed by Gordon and Segura, so 9-1-2 here in the fourth inning.
Well, the Mariners have put a lot of pressure on Kyle Gibson this afternoon through the first 3 innings. A lot of runners on base, a lot of runners in scoring position. Unfortunately, they are just 1 for 10 so far in the game. Pick up the 2 runs.
Ball and 2 strikes. Ninth start against the Mariners for Kyle Gibson. 4-2 mark. Two and two. Middle wide open for Freitas. Shortstop Adriano. Clog up the hole left side. Pitch outside. Oh, on the corner. Delayed call there by Dan Bellino. And a strikeout for Gibson, his third, second one looking. So 1 away here in the fourth. It's the main event at Safeco Field this April, Friday, April 13th. Ben Gamel Cap Night. First 15,000 fans are going to get this one-of-a-kind cap that features the long locks of the Mariners outfielder. Visit Mariners.com for tickets. Work on your hair flip as well. Three keys here for Gibson. Top of the order. Here's D. Gordon. Dribbler right to Maurer. Easy play. He'll take it.
For the Mariners organization, AAA Tacoma opening up today. AA Arkansas, IA Modesto. A Clinton also going to open up today. I think Gamble is going to be in the game today for Modesto.
Martinez, Manny Active, Guillermo Heredia staying warm in the dugout. And when they do send Gamble out, when they do send Zunino out, look for it to be a warm weather site.
Yeah,
if everything works out.
That's why Gamble is going to open up today. I think for Modesto, they're playing at Lancaster, so I think he's supposed to be in that lineup.
There's Gene Segura, 1 for 2 of the runs scored.
A few days for Mike Zunino.
Clouds moving in here. Sun was a welcome sight this morning. But
he had it. Sano was playing deep at third base.
Gambolino signaling that Gene was still in the box. He's not hit by the foul ball in their territory. Trying to take advantage of you, Miguel. Sano even with the bag. 1-1 to Segura. And he hit it foul.
They tried to hit it past him.
Good crowd on hand. 39 degrees. 40 degrees at first pitch at 3:16 Central Time. Beautiful ballpark. Maximize their space here in downtown Minneapolis.
That's the reason why with hitters, especially right-handed hitters that can run. Obviously, Segura was trying to bunt the ball and bunted it foul. But even if you just show it, you can bring that third baseman in. You can see where Sano is now. He's playing way back. Cuts down his range a lot if he's back up there, even with the bag. Open up some holes on the infield for you just by a showing bunt.
The Chopper, he's got a chance to beat it out. If it stays fair, it goes foul. It's one of the biggest third basemen we've seen in a long time, right? 6'4", 260.
When they were in the shift, I thought it was really odd to see him standing out at shortstop because he's such a big man.
Right. Yeah, so
you mentioned his arm, but he moves around well too. Does a pretty good job over there.
Very light on his feet. 2-2. They'll make him work. Gene's aboard. Gene was flying up the line there. Base hit.
An infield hit off the heel of his glove. Almost hit him on the wrist. But Gene will take the base hit, his second base hit of the ball game. So 2 for 3 for Segura.
Keeps the inning alive for Robbie Cano. 0 for 2. Popped up the third and struck out. Want to know, Robbie? 8 career hits against Kyle Gibson. Hey. 1-1. Segura last year 22 out of 30 in base stealing. He hasn't attempted one to this point. 33 bags back in the 16 season. Back with a dive. Segura's career best 44. Back in his 2013 All-Star campaign with Milwaukee. Caught just 13 times.
Something that Jerry DiPoto talked about He was first able to get Segura over here is his ability to run the bases and steal bases. Unfortunately, leg injuries last year slowed him down.
Close. Adam Hamari umpired first. Segura, Mike Trout, many others wearing that. I like to call it the easy bake oven pad on that right hand. They go a lot of head first diving. 2-1.
Save the fingers and the wrist.
Like a few years ago, was it Ketel Marte went to it after he injured his hand a few times. Two. Hall of Fame numbers for this man, Robinson Cano. 301 home runs. He's got 515 doubles. Career batting average in his 14th year at 305. So full count. Snow coming in from the northwest en route, 70 miles away from Minneapolis. Three-two to Robbie. Gene runs, pitch, swung on and fouled off. Here's your forecast. High of 40. Rain due around 7 p.m. Central Time.
Robbie really making him work. 74 pitches working here in the fourth.
It's be the 19th pitch Robbie's seen today. Runner goes, pitch, and handled by Maurer, covering at first. Gibson, inning over. No runs ahead, no errors, and a man left. Home fourth in Minneapolis. It's the Mariners leading the Twins 2-0. Brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 191, investing in our future. And by Safeco Insurance. Find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. One of the great hockey capitals in North America here in Minneapolis. The Frozen Four here this weekend. Boy, I had a lot of thrills as a kid watching the Philadelphia Flyers. But always go in and see the original 6 teams. Got to see all the superstars of the Hull, Orr, and Makita era. A lot of good hockey back in those days. Byron Buxton leads off, followed by Max Kepler and Ryan Lamar. Just joining us, a scare for James Paxton, minding his own business. National anthem. An eagle supposed to find its roost at home plate saw this big maple out in left field and decided I'm gonna jump on his right shoulder.
He handled that terrifically. I would have really struggled the first time. This right here is the second time that he came by. The second time. The first time he flew right in front of him, and I thought maybe he thinks that James is the one that is supposed to catch him, but.
Well, you know, and I heard you say that. I was looking elsewhere, and then I heard you in the back room say that. And I said, what the heck's he talking about? Then I look out and I see, are you kidding me?
Come back around the second turn.
Yeah.
But I thought James handled it terrific.
Popped up. Playable for Mr. Gordon. Let's watch this whole thing again, folks. This is just, it's scary.
It's scary, yeah. But James, he barely flinched. Kind of his personality, though.
I'm telling you, I'd have been.
This is for the ceremonies
and
before the game.
Home of the break. What the heck?
Well, see, right there, I thought, okay, the bird is a little bit confused, right? Then he takes off and jumps right up on top of him. And again, and then James just stood up.
Ichiro for out number 2.
Yeah, he gets a couple of quick outs here, but I mean, he handled it great.
I'm telling you, I can't wait to see. Dude, what were you thinking, right?
Yes, exactly.
His wife and family, thank goodness, you know, they're watching this at home going, seriously?
Again, to his personality, he barely flinched about any of it. And then after it was over with, he just went about his business too.
Gotta get a one-way directional sign for that bird next time out.
There's a lot going on. I got a little confused.
First time I've seen that happen too. You know, the last time I saw an Eagles one at the Mariners golf outing up in the trees. Hey boys, how are you? Good to see you. Okay, okay, good. Thanks. And right after 1-1. Marr struck, make that a base hit to right field his first time up. Paxton with 5 Ks, 1 walk today. Doing 1. And the handler came out, patted him on the back, out up, gave him an attaboy.
And made sure that he was okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because his phone was ringing.
Yeah.
His phone was ringing. It's your insurance man. Down to the back knee goes Lamar, and that swing 2-2. You folks who do the Maple Grove at Safeco Field, outstanding recommendation from our producer Curtis Wilson.
Yes.
Add a stuffed eagle to your collection next time he has a home start. An excellent suggestion. Full count. And Freitas holds on. Inning over. A 1-2-3-4, 6 Ks for the Big Maple and a 2-0 Seattle lead. here in the 5th. Getting cloudy, snow coming in. Sunday's game in big time jeopardy in terms of the weather forecast and snow.
Some snow this evening for you, Dave. A little bit nicer.
Fly ball, deep right center field. Buxton going back on the track, jumps and makes the catch.
Makes it look pretty routine, but he had to cover a lot of ground and times his jump perfectly to take extra bases away from Mitch Haniger. The Mariners with 7 hits, a couple of runs through the first 4 innings. You can see him calling it off on the right fielder off to make the catch. We'll look at our Primera Supremo and the timing by Buxton.
Fun to watch.
I would say that's fairly routine for him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Here's Kyle Seager. Kyle today, pop up, fly out 0 for 2. And regarding Curtis's suggestion, folks in the Maple Grove have already chimed in via Twitter. We're on it. We'll have the stuffed eagle next start at home. Twitter account of Maple Grove, Daniel Carroll, everybody got it covered. Good count for Kyle. Put the shift on for him, right side.
Kyle typically has the green light to swing 3-0.
He's had good success rate.
Yeah, this is a good time for it too for Kyle. This guy wants to turn him loose. Let me get a fastball he can handle.
Up high, not close. 1 out base runner for the Mariners. Take a look at our CenturyLink What's Next pitching matchups coming up Saturday. We're off tomorrow. Mike Leake Saturday against Jose Barrios. And then Sunday, if we really catch a break and we're able to play, Marco Gonzalez coming off a strong performance in his seasonal debut against the veteran Lance Lynn, who was a late sign 8. And Paul Molitor's going to make a change.
Well, 80 pitches in the ball game. That's it.
So 1 out base runner for the Mariners here in the 5th. They have a 2-0 lead. We're back with more right after this. Back home with you on Thursday, April 19th. You can with Safeco Field Soil Day, presented by Cedar Grove. After the Mariners' 12:40 start against the Astros, 4,000 fans are going to take home a free bag of soil. So go to mariners.com for tickets. Here's a look at our Beacon Plumbing call to the pen. First, Kyle Gibson out of the ballgame after 80 pitches.
Mariners put a lot of pressure on him in the ballgame, but only gave up the 2 runs, 80 pitches, 50 strikes overall. Taylor Rogers will take over, left-hander for Minnesota. Fastball at 93 miles an hour, curve and changeup to go with it. See last year ERA just over 3.
Pitch to Vogelback. He's had a good day. RBI single to right and a hard hit smash up the middle. 2 for 2. Daniel 4 for his last 6. And they count again. 2-0. There's the strike. Shift on against Vogelback. Seager at first. Turn it loose, Big Daniel.
Ryan Presley getting loose in the pen, right-hander for the Twins.
3-1 pitch. Ball 4.
Another good at bat. Mariners take advantage of a couple of walks. They are 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position today. Brian Healy, who hit the ball extremely hard. Line drive right at the third baseman Sano for an out. And the exit velocity was 105, so some tough luck for him last time up.
Best ball he's hit since wearing a Mariner uniform. Good stuff. Catch a break here. Paul Molitor making a change here, and Mariners trying to build on this 2-0 lead. Ball 1. Ground out and a hard line out 0 for 2 for Healy.
Rogers struggling a little bit with the strike zone. 6 pitches, just the 1 strike. So for Ryan, he's looking for a fastball middle away probably. Something elevated. He can hit hard. The shift on. Everybody on the left side of the infield except for Maurer, the first baseman.
Rogers at Littleton, Colorado. 11th round pick, University of Kentucky, same alma mater as James Paxton. Breaking ball way inside. .25 home runs last year with the Athletics for Ryan Healy. Two and 1. Rogers 7-3 last year in 69 games. Look at Seager at second, Vogelback at first. Visit by Mitch Garver. Rogers 27 years old, 6'3", 170, and right now the advantage Healy. The 2-1. Into the shortstop. We go to Dozier, and they turn the double play to end the inning and the Mariners' 5th inning threat. Mariners lead 2-0. 15% or more on car insurance. And buy steel. To find your local steel dealer, visit steeldealers.com. Some of the frozen upper Midwest here in the great city of Minneapolis, Minnesota. They have probably some of the best per capita golf in the country. Ryan Rowland-Smith joins us from back in the studios. Your thoughts, Ryan, on the big left-hander, the big maple, the Eagle fan?
They wouldn't have been alone.
Hey, man.
Hey, Ryan, what do you think about his use of the slider today? That's been a pretty good pitch for him. I'm curious, Ryan, when you're out on the mound and watching the Twins go about their business, and it seems now they're starting to be more and more aggressive at the plate. Do you recognize that when you're on the mound, or is that something maybe the catcher talks to you about because they're trying to get on that fastball early in counts at this point?
Ryan, thanks so much. We'll catch you on the Mariners post game. Look forward to that. And post game presented by Alaska Airlines. Good stuff. There we go. The Maple Grove already has Eagles on order. Don't you worry. Atta baby Danny. There'll be a bunch of them. 1-2.
Well, that looked like a pretty good curveball. Didn't get the call.
I agree. Paxton ended each of the first 4 innings with strikeouts, stranding 2 in the second, 2 in the third. A good run on that fastball at 97. Nice job by Garver to get a piece.
Still throwing hard. Something we've talked about with James that separates him from a lot of other pitchers. 83 pitches. He can still throw 97 when he's at 100 pitches. Sometimes you'll see the velocity go down for a lot of guys. That's not the case with James.
And it's 39 degrees. Saying something. Defensive swing. Big maple leaf on his right forearm. It's good work too.
That hurts. You mentioned it, 39 degrees off the ankle or the foot.
Real field 19.
Another slider in on his hands.
Struck out 6 today. Walked 1. Nice turnaround for him. First start of the season against the Tribe. That game he went 4 2/3, 6 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 104 pitches. One out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 5th. Strike 3 called. Got him. Strikeout number 7. 2 away here in the 5th. Cheer on the team, then round your way to home with the Sound Transit Day Pass. Learn more at soundtransit.org. Top of the order, Brian Dozier. Foul out to first. Ryan Healy, and a strikeout. Ball hit foul.
Again, that was the curveball that time. Curveball on the first pitch, and still being aggressive, swinging at everything at this point.
Here's the 0-1. Line to right, backing up Haniger. Piece of cake, can of corn, whatever you want to call it. Easy out, a nice 1-2-3 inning. That's 3, 6, 7 consecutive retired by the Big Maple. 2-0 Mariners. There. More coming. MLB at Bat, your #1 Mariners app. Customize your experience. Catch every moment this season. Get the Mariners home screen icons and features such as MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today. Here's Ichiro. 1 for 2. Got a base hit through the left side. Cano trying to plug up that hole as he shows bunt. Strike 1. Mariners have left 8 men on.
Yeah, it's been a struggle hitting with runners in scoring position today. Just 1 for 10.
Taylor Rogers came on. Final 2 outs of the 5th inning in relief of Kyle Gibson.
But just keep putting pressure on him. He'll break through. Scored the 2 runs in the first inning. You'd like to see him add on to it.
Ball and 2 strikes. Ichiro in left field today. David Freitas, the catcher's next, followed by D. Gordon. Snow trying to make that the sun trying to peek through again. Told snow is moving and moving quickly, about 35 miles away now, coming in from the northwest. Piece. Even though the weather forecast is not certainly classic baseball for today, tip of the cap to the Minnesota fans coming here, and some walking in all through downtown, making their way over here to Target Field. The hunger for baseball's great. Gotta love it.
End of the grounds crew.
Oh boy, isn't that the
field
truth?
ready to go. Yep. That's 3 breaking balls in a row.
Ichiro leading off the 6th for the Mariners in a 2-0 lead.
After all those breaking balls, 93-mile-an-hour fastball just about hit it out of the glove. Stays alive though, hanging in there.
Remarkable. 44 years old, still contributing.
So those numbers for Paxton: 7 strikeouts on the afternoon, just a couple of hits, 88 pitches. Nobody getting loose in the pen.
2-2 to Ichiro. Popped it up. Dozier. First out. Twitter Tuesday, it's back. Join us next Tuesday during the Mariners game for Twitter Tuesday. You're going to get 5 chances to win exciting prizes just by interacting with us on Twitter throughout the ballgame. Going to be posting questions. Want to hear from you, so be sure to watch and follow us on Twitter at rootsports_NW. Giveaway rules, visit us at rootsports.com. David Freitas, a base hit to left and a strikeout looking. Ball 1. Fly ball right center field. Buxton gonna give way to the right fielder Max Kepler. 2 away. Top of the order, G. Gordon. 1 for 3. First inning, base hit to center. Came around and scored. Struck out looking and grounded out the first. Takes first pitch strike. He coming off a 2 for 4 performance yesterday. Dribbler in front. Rogers throws him out. A 1-2-3 6th. Big Maple coming back out. He's retired the last 7 men that he's faced. The 2-0 lead. 7, walked 1.
Well, we mentioned 88 pitches, so Dan Altavilla getting loose out in the pen. Hard throwing right-hander for the Mariners. And just starting to get ready.
Joe Mauer, Miguel Sano, Robbie Grossman, 2, 3, and 4. Joe today is a comebacker to Paxton and struck out on a 2-2 pitch.
Good fastball at 95 miles an hour.
Love this turnaround by Paxton, just as he and Bill Stoudemire said would happen.
You guys put the numbers together. We showed them to you earlier. That's typical for him. He does a pretty good job of bouncing back after a tough start.
Walked 2 in the first inning back on Saturday, March 31st. Gave up a first inning grand slam to Yandro Alonso. Here's Mel. Two and 2. Through the hole, Joe Mauer, base hit, ends a run of 7 consecutive hitters. Retired.
Well, for James, we'll take a look at him and the way that he goes about throwing his pitches. When he's ahead in the count, you can see his fastball at 48% of the time, curveball at 31%, sliders at 18%, slider a little bit more this afternoon, so a little bit of change there, but not nearly as many fastballs as usual. When he's behind, very predictable. You can see that was kind of what happened in his last start. Almost 90% of the time he will throw a fastball, and yes, it's a plus fastball, but you have to keep these guys off balance. So a big key for James, working ahead of the hitters.
This is his 3rd time through the order. Sano, strike out and a walk, strike 1.
I mentioned it, Dan Altavilla getting loose in the pen. It doesn't take him long. He'll be ready in a hurry. You have Grossman on deck, a switch hitter, and then another right hitter, and Buxton after that.
It's quickly in front, 0-2 here to Sano, outfield deep. Outfield of Ichiro in left, Gordon in center, Henniger in right with Seager, Segura, Cano, and Healy. In the infield with Freitas catcher. Foul ball.
Talking to Mel in spring training about James. He's fine with letting him go. Scott certainly is. This is just his 2nd start of the season, though, and it's a cool day. 96 pitches so far.
Temperature back up to 40 degrees, where it started at first pitch. 1-2. We might have and do have a tie ball game. Home run Miguel Sano, his 3rd, RBI 6 and 7. Kind of strong.
Hits the home run on the 98th pitch, got service out of the dugout, and it was on a curveball. Take a look at the location of it. He probably wants this down out of the strike zone, and he leaves it right in the middle of the plate. One of the few mistakes that James made today, and that will be it for him.
3rd time Sano seeing him. He cashed in. Timeout. 2-2 game. James Paxton had retired the last 7 men he faced before giving up the single and the 2-run homer.
Well, you can see him getting these strikeouts on the slider. That was a fastball away. The slider was an excellent pitch for him today. Topped out at 98 miles an hour. And the strikeouts swinging for the most part today. Ended up with 7 strikeouts overall. Just the 1 walk, so an improvement there for James. Much better command. 5+ for him. 4 hits, couple of runs. They were earned on the 2-run home run by Sano. He threw 98 pitches, 61 of those for strikes. Look at our beacon call to the bullpen, and it'll bring us Dan Altavilla. Hard-throwing right-hander for the Mariners. For Dan, his fastball 95+ with a hard slider. Last year, 46 2/3. He had 52 strikeouts, 20 walks. Want to stay away from the walks the rest of the way this afternoon. Opponents hitting 242 against Dan.
Southwest Pennsylvania, tough going without the sleeves on this 40-degree day. Robbie Grossman.
I don't think that's much of a surprise, is it, knowing Dan?
He's a Stiller fan. In on the fist, popped up, foul by Grossman. Switch hitter. Robbie today popped to second and struck out. A home run ball does in Paxton again. Gave up the salami to Alonso last week against Cleveland. Fly ball left field. Here comes Ichiro towards the line. Coming on, makes the play.
Looks like it would have been a fair ball just inside the line.
Brings on Byron Buxton to face Dan Altavilla, who's out of McKeesport, Pennsylvania, just outside of Pittsburgh. 5th-round pick by the Mariners. Swing and a miss.
Good slider at 89 miles an hour.
Danny had 41 games last year, 1-1 record. 4.24 ERA. Pretty consistent during the spring.
Thought maybe he was their best reliever in the spring. There's another slider at 90 miles an hour, and that was the pitch that I think he improved on the most, was his ability to throw the slider for a strike and to move it off the plate to get him to chase it.
Technique-wise, taking a shorter route straight ahead with his stride and keeping that front shoulder closed.
And you can see how sharp the slider is, and you know that he has 95 to 100 miles an hour. That last slider was perfect, right on the outside corner at the knees.
1-2 to Buxton, who's 1 for 2 today. And got him a chase. Swing and a miss. 2 outs. Good pitch. Pitcher's pitch.
Slider at 90. Get ahead of him, expand the zone, have him chase it. It's a wiffle ball.
2 outs. Max Kepler, the hitter, fly to center, fly to left. Shoots it past Healy for a base hit. 3rd hit of the inning.
We're going to have a pinch hitter.
Eddie Rosario, pinch hit. Presley and Addison Reed with the Mets and the White Sox. Rosario takes over for Lamar. Altavilla trying to get the 3rd out here in the 6th inning and keep this a 2-2 ball game. Way outside. Dan, 25, did his college baseball at Mercyhurst College up in Erie, Pennsylvania, as he battles against Guayama, Puerto Rico native Eddie Rosario. First strike. Eddie's fourth year with the Twins. Last year, 151 games. At 290, 27 home runs, 78 runs batted in, his best year in the major leagues. Led the league in triples back in 2015 with 15. $87 down a piece. All 2 strikes. Advantage out to Villa. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. 2 strikeouts for Dan in the frame. But the Twins tied on the Cano 2-run homer. New ball game. Sano with the home run to tie it at 2-2 as we go to the 7th. Jack in a Box. Try the new Brunch Fast Country Scrambler Plate with Jimmy Dean sausage links only at Jack in a Box. By BNSF, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. And by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. Great Upper Midwest, Minneapolis, Minnesota. St. Paul right across the Mississippi River. That man right there, Miguel Sano, 2-run homer on a curveball from James Paxton. 2-run homer tied it up.
Ryan Presley going to take over for the Twins. Hard throwing right-hander. Good fastball at 96 miles an hour. Curve, slider to go with it.
Segura, Cano, and Haniger, 2, 3, and 4 coming up.
Numbers from last year.
Gene today with a base hit in the first inning and a run scored. Reached on a fielder's choice and a slow chopper for a base hit in the 4th. 2-0. Came up empty. Rosario stays in the game in left field. Got it by him. 2-2. Ryan Presley, 3rd pitcher today. He's 29 years old, out of Dallas, Texas. 11th round pick back in 07. And Gene barely stays alive with that swing.
It was a pretty good curveball down out of the strike zone. First curveball that he's seen. Presley's gone after him with the slider, and a pretty good fastball at 95 this afternoon. Last pitch curveball at 83.
Been a mainstay in this bullpen for the Twins. He's in his 6th year in the big leagues, all with Minnesota. '57 games last year, 2-3 record. 72 games back in the 16 season. Full count to Segura. Cano running back into the dugout. Easy on deck. Hitter and back into the dugout to grab something. Payoff to Gene. And he's aboard. All 4. Brings up Robbie.
Talking about it earlier in the game with Gene, had 22 stolen bases last year. 40 a few years ago. But this is a time that he'll try it. Tie ball game here in the 7th inning.
It's a savvy call. 0 for 3 day for Cano. After going 2 for 4 in San Francisco yesterday. Strike 1.
I don't know if Presley will try a slide step, but that's a pretty high leg kick too. I think Gene can get a pretty good jump on him, especially now that he's had a look at it, seen it.
Career 301 home runs. Runner goes. Got a good break. No chance. Stolen base. Gene Segura.
You can see that happening. It's a good time for it. Like the right pitcher on the mound too. Not real quick to the plate. Again, you can see how long it takes him to get rid of the baseball, and that pitch down in the dirt just made it easier for him. Good timing by Gene. Get himself in the scoring position.
First stolen base of the season. One to Cano. Off the fist. Little blooper going back. Shortstop can't get it. It's in the old triangle. That's a base hit for Cano. Runners at the corners.
Not much that Gene can do right here. Looks like a slider in on his hands, fights it off, and Gene just has to wait to see if there's going to be a catch. As soon as he sees it in the outfield, he'll move up. So a great situation for the Mariners and one of their better hitters. Mitch Haniger stepping to the plate.
Haniger 0 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice. Reached on an error by the shortstop. And then drove one deep right center field. That was tracked down by the center fielder Buxton.
5 RBIs and a couple of home runs for him so far this year.
Good whip at it. Mitch 1 for 1 against Ryan Presley. Here's your scoring recap. Good day for Daniel Vogelback. 2 for 2 with a walk. Clouds really moving in now. As I told you, snow coming in from the northwest. Takes strike 0-2. Two runs, 8 hits, an error for the Twins, 2 for the Mariners. 2 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors for Minnesota. Mariners have left 8 on, 5 by Minnesota. Here's the 0-2. Fights it off.
Well, that was a mistake that time by Presley. I think they wanted to waste the fastball in probably above the belt. Ended up right in the middle of the plate.
Big pitch here. Outside. Infield of Sano, Adrianza, Dozier, and Maurer. For the Twins, outfield Rosario on left, Buxton in center, Kepler in right with Garver behind the plate. Ball and 2 strikes to Mitch Haniger. Down the right field line. It's out of play.
Again, Mitch getting some opportunities here. That last pitch, a breaking ball in the middle of the plate. He's trying to battle back, fell behind early, and just trying to fight his way back into it. Presley with good stuff today. His fastball has been 95 to 97. You see the numbers with runners in scoring position this afternoon. It's been tough. 2 for 12.
Ball and 2 strikes. Staying alive.
Well, now I've seen everything. That was the curveball at 84.
A home opener for the Minnesota Twins. The Mariners had a 2-0 lead until Miguel Sano hit a 2-run homer to tie it in the 6th. So play here top 7. Mariners trying to get the lead back. What a battle.
That was a good battle. Next pitch will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat.
Sun pretty much all gone now with the clouds moving in. Segura at third, Cano at first. Do it again. Pitch. Struck him out. First strikeout for Presley.
And finally gets him on a slider at 90 miles an hour.
And Hall of Famer Paul Molitor going to make a pitching change in this 2-2 ball game with 2 on. Zach Duke will take over. pregame for Mariners postgame, presented by Alaska Airlines. Got services bench coach Manny Acted to his right, to our right. As you look at veteran Zach Duke, 8 teams, 14 years in the big leagues, record of 61 and 85, 35 years old.
Well, you see his numbers last year, ERA just under 4. Opponents hitting just 197 against him. Not an overpowering pitcher at all. His fastball only 88 miles an hour. 2 left-handed hitters, he likes his slider, but he also has a curve, a cutter, and a changeup to go with it.
I mentioned Zach has been around. He's out of Clifton, Texas. Originally drafted by the Pirates, 20th round back in 01. Scarver goes through some defensive signs. Zach Duke's been with Pittsburgh, Arizona, Washington, Cincy, Milwaukee, the White Sox, the Cardinals, and now in his first year with Minnesota.
Kyle 0 for 2. He did walk his last time up.
Drawn in infield. 1-1. Seager 1 for 3 against Zach Duke. One and one to count. Kyle will pop the third, fly out to left, and a walk. Three for 20 on the season. This game 6. 1-1 pitch. Reached out, come home, and they got Segura hung up. He's going to try to get Cano to third. Tagged out there. Everybody else back safely.
And we'll take a look at it. Playing even with the bag over at first, it's an easy play for Mauer to go home. That's the reason why Segura ended up stopping. And Dave, you were right. He was trying to stay in the rundown so the runners could move up, but wasn't able to do it.
2 away. Vogelback's been a hot hitter. See if he can cash it in here. You got Cano at second, Seager at first. Daniel with an RBI single to right and a hard hit smash up the middle. Shortstop Adrianza trying to take away the middle from Vogelback.
Daniel's been able to get himself into some good counts today and take advantage of it. Here he is again, 2-0.
Bouncing ball, slow roller. Dozier charges, throws him out. 2 stranded. Mariners threaten, can't cash him in. Score remains tied at 2. Wins a lottery. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, Root Sports Crew on hand here. It's the home opener for the Minnesota Twins. Got a 2-2 ball game in the 7th. Time to stretch. Right now, we send it back to Angie Mente. All right, Angie and Ryan, thank you very much. 2-2 ball game. Dan Altavella continues on. He came on in relief of Paxton in the 6th. Got a couple strikeouts, gave up a base hit. Got out of trouble. He's got Adrianza, Garver, and Dozier, 8, 9, and 1 in the order coming up. Adrianza, the shortstop, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a line out to right.
Dan in the 6th inning, his fastball 95 to 97 with the good slider. Good fastball right there at 96 miles an hour to get ahead.
There's your 1 from Altavella. Fouled off. Zepchinski getting ready. Mariners have left 10 men on today, 5 by Minnesota. 0-2 pitch. Good heater. 1 away. Altavilla's 3rd strikeout. He struck out 3 of the last 4. Saturday, April 14th, it's going to mark the 16th annual Salute to Armed Forces Night at Safeco Field. Make sure you join us for a special pregame ceremony beginning at 5:30. Plus, thanks to Boeing, the first 15,000 fans will receive a Mariners military cap. Visit mariners.com for tickets. 3rd strikeout for Danny. Brings up Mitch Garver, reached on an error. And a strikeout looking. Garver straight up infield and outfield. And he's dealing today, 0-2.
He's had an exceptional slider again today. That was the case throughout spring training and here in the early going of the season.
High drive and all kinds of trouble. 3-2 Minnesota. His first hit of the season, and it puts Minnesota ahead 3-2.
Yes, the one mistake that he made with the slider. Everything's been away from the right-handers, and that one he left middle in at 88 miles an hour and just did not get away with it.
9-hole hitting catcher Mitch Garver.
About location, Freitas set up away. That's left middle in, belt high.
Garver out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, played at the University of New Mexico. This is his 25th game as a professional. As a major leaguer, I should say. He's a major leaguer. And it's his first big league homer. ball one to Dozier. Leadoff man, he's 0 for 3. First major league home. That's the 6th hit today by the Twins. Mariners have 8 hits. 1-1 pitch. Way late.
Mark Zepchinski, Nick Vincent both getting loose in the pen for the Mariners. Zepchinski ready to go. Nick just starting to throw.
Ball 2 strikes. 2-2. Mariners have bottom third of the order. Top the 8th inning. Now it's cranked down the line, hooking foul.
Again on the slider, they left middle in. 88. Standing back behind the mound right now. Slider was such a good pitch for him, and last 3 that he has thrown have left him middle in danger area.
Two pitch. Fastball dropped into right field for a base hit.
Got service out of the dugout.
That's going to do it for Altavilla. Left-hander Mark Zepchinski coming in to get Joe Mauer. 3-2 Minnesota here in the home 7th. But that's not going to happen. It's a 3-2 lead for Minnesota. We want you to join the conversation for up-to-date game information and live interaction. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Check us out and stay connected with Root Sports.
Mark Zepchinski going to take over for the Mariners. Sinker, slider. His 2-seam fastball will be in the low 90s. Look at what he did last year. A lot of appearances for him. 64 appearances over our ERA at 4. 25 strikeouts, over 20 walks, and 31 in the third. Opponents at 252. He gave up a couple of home runs. He will face Joe Mauer.
Mauer 4 for 11 against Zepchinski.
Had a base hit his last time up, base hit into left field.
Runner at first, a run in on the home run by Garver. There's one out. Nice save there by Healy. Here we go, Zipchinski trying to get Maurer here. Strike one. Maurer's hoping for a double play ball here. Good lead at first by Dozier. 1-1.
Well, the outfielder's playing deep. D. Gordon shading towards left center. No surprise. Talked about Maurer earlier in the ball game. Made a career out hitting the ball the other way. That's where his base hit went. Towards left center his last time up.
Joe in his 15th year with the Twins. 6-time All-Star. 3 batting titles. 06, 08, 09. Missed. 2-1 to Maurer. Runner at first, a run in, 3-2 Twins, leading for the first time today. Mariners took a 2-0 lead in the first inning. Got a run on a throwing error by the third baseman Miguel Sano and an RBI by Daniel Vogelbach. Since then, left 10 men on base. There's a strike.
Good slider. Borderline down, was able to get the call. Nick Benson still throwing in the pen for the Mariners. He's getting ready for Sano, who's waiting on deck.
Sano hit a curveball. A 1-2 pitch from James Paxton in the 6th with him at aboard, home run. His 3rd of the season to tie it up. 2-2. Throw over the first. Zipchinski trying to get Joe Maurer, career .308 hitter. Joe with 1,992 career base hits. Good getting the bite. 3-2 with Snow on deck. Keep it a 3-2 Minnesota lead.
There's one out. Let's see if Dozier is going to run at first base. Zipchinski has thrown over there a number of times.
Seager cutting off that 6-hole on the left side. Let's see what happens here. Runner goes. Pitch taken down low, ball 4.
Scott Service out of the dugout.
He's going to bring in the right-hander Nick Vincent to face Sano. 2 on, 1 out, and a 1-run lead for Minnesota. Zipchinski, his task, get the left-hander, couldn't get him. 2 pitches ago. Watch this. Here's Mark with the delivery.
That was on the slider that he missed with. fastball cutter, change-up curveball. But basically, he's going to go with a fastball around 90, 91 miles an hour. His cutter, 87, 88.
Nick making his third appearance. Big spot. Ball one.
Not many opportunities for the Twins so far this afternoon. They are 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position as you look at the numbers for Nick from last year. 3.20 ERA, 69 appearances overall.
Sano 2 for 4 against him. Crowd oohing and eyeing.
Pretty good cutter. Keep the ball away from him. Twins have done their scoring on a couple of home runs. The 2-run home run by Sano. Garver hitting ninth in the lineup, the solo home run.
First major league home run for the young man. Here comes the 1-1 from Nick Vincent. Right field towards the line. Haniger makes the catch. Gets it back in, hits a cutoff man Cano. Tagging, going second to third is Dozier. Big out. 2 away. Off day tomorrow. And then Saturday, Mike Leake against Jose Berrios. Sunday, weather permitting with big snow en route. Marco Gonzalez against Lance Lynn, the former Cardinal. Two outs. Brings up switch hitter Robbie Grossman, who's 0 for 3. Dozier's at third. Mauer at first. Inside ball one. Seager on the grass at third. Segura playing up the middle. $39,214 a sellout here at Target Field. Little number coming on is Haniger. He's there. Twins take the lead on the Garver home run, first of his career. It's 3-2 Minnesota going to the 8th. Curveball, Miguel Sano, and he got it all. And then another home run. This is the first of his big league career. Catcher Mitch Garver. 1 out, nobody on in the 7th. 3-2. Twins were down 2-0 until 6th inning.
The other part about this game so far is the Mariners are just 2 for 15 with runners in scoring position. It's been a problem for them today, even though they have a lot of opportunities. Addison Reed will take over. Starting to snow a little bit here at the ballpark. Addison Reed, good fastball at 92 miles an hour. Fastball slider combination, occasional changeup.
Saw a lot of him when he was with the White Sox. Ryan Healy.
Let's see with Addison Reed, will crossfire the right-handers. Basically steps towards the Mariners dugout and throws across his body.
Healy seeing him for the first time. Ryan today 0 for 3. Swing and a miss. 1, 2, 3 punch out.
Want to be in the middle of the plate, but at the top of the strike zone above the belt. Ryan a little bit late and swings underneath it. 3 fastballs from Addison Reed. Bring up Ichiro. 1 for 3 this afternoon. Had a base hit lead off in the 2nd inning.
Strike 1. Late 0-2 hole. Addison Reed last year with the Mets for 48 games, 29 games with the Red Sox. Off his glove, Dozier throws across, just gets Ichiro. 2 outs. 1-4-3 put out.
Would have certainly been a base hit if he was able to get it past Reed, who deflects it over to Dozier. Beats him by a half a step. So we're going to have a pinch hitter.
Mike Margema.
Yep, Mike Margema going to pinch hit for David Freitas.
Margema will do some pinch hitting here. Mike 1 for 10 in 3 games. Mike had a nice spring. Quick 2 outs. First time facing Addison Reed.
Starts him off with a slider and misses with it. Mike had a really good spring swinging the bat. Basically stays gap to gap. Speaking of the gaps, the Twins outfielders all playing deep. Trying to protect the 1-run lead, playing deep to stay away from the double.
Reed deals. Swing and a miss. Reed out of Montclair, California, 29 years old. There's Fernando Rodney, familiar face to Mariner fans. Reed 3 years with the Mets, 3 with the White Sox, 2 with Arizona. His first year with the Twins. And he made quick work in the 8th. Couple strikeouts. 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners. Bottom of the 3rd. Bottom 3rd of the order. Can't get it done. It's a 3-2 lead for the Twins. Pacific time now for Snoqualmie Casino around the league. Here we go. Red Sox 3-2. David Price does a number on his old team, 3-2-12. Rangers 6-3 at Oakland, and the White Sox 7-4 over Detroit. Yankees and Orioles bottom of the second. The Nick Vincent continue on here. Bottom of the eighth. Mariners down a run. Byron Buxton, the hitter, is 1 for 3. Be Buxton, Kepler, and Rosario. 5, 6, and 7 in the order.
Fernando Rodney getting loose in the pen for the Twins. He will pitch the ninth.
Ground ball. Segura knows he has to hurry, and he just got him. He's got some serious stride, doesn't he? Byron Buxton can motor.
You mentioned the Segura realizing he had to get rid of it quickly. Off balance throw with something on it.
That's an easy glide for him too, you know. Devon White and guys that you played with, that type of glide. Gary Maddox.
I'm not sure they were that fast.
I agree with you. That kid's exceptional. Max Kepler 1 for 3. Popped it up. Playable. Who's taking charge? Seager, 2 down. Nick Vincent, the third pitcher out of the pen for the Mariners. Paxton started, then Altavilla, Zepchinski, and now Nick. Boy, wouldn't it be something to get a little rally going against Fernando? Just as soon not see him shoot an arrow in the sky today. There's Rosario, pinch hit for Lamar. That was back in the 6th. He struck out. This one popped up. Better play.
Saw Rodney getting loose, but things set up well for the Mariners going into the 9th inning. It's back to the top of the lineup in Gordon and Segura, 2 of their hottest hitters and the speed on this club.
Way out front, 0-2.
Wow.
Boy, I'll say Segura, Cano, Gordon, Seager, they were all headed for the dugout.
Well, it was right down the middle.
Dan Bellino, home plate umpire today. 1-2 pitch. Mike Marger behind the plate. And look at this. Home run for Eddie Rosario. Hit 27 last year. It's 3 home runs hit today by the Minnesota Twins.
That is a real shame because it looked as if Nick had him punched out on the pitch before and didn't get the call. And then he comes back with a cut fastball. It looked like it ended up middle in.
Now a 2-run lead. Adrianza. Strike 1. Foul. Boy, 1 pitch, what a difference it makes. My goodness.
It's such a critical time in the ball game,
right?
too. Yeah.
The 0-2 pitch. Pie. Gordon, Segura, and Cano. Hopefully they can generate something in the top of the 9th inning. Swing and a miss. There's a pitch he'd have loved to head back. Another run on the board. It's a 4-2 Minnesota lead, and Fernando Rodney coming in for the closeout. Maybe D. Gordon can set the table and get something going for the Mariners in the 9th. For the Mariners. Hey fans, our annual Ultimate Fan Contest is officially returned. Root Sports will be looking for the Ultimate Fan in the state of Oregon throughout the month of April. Send us a photo and a story on our website at rootsports.com/ultimate-fan, and you can win a VIP trip for 2 to Seattle in September, personalized jersey, and more. For official rules, visit rootsports.com. 16-year veteran, former Mariner, 41-year-old Fernando Rodney takes the mound.
Take a look at his numbers from last year with Arizona. 61 appearances for him. He had 39 saves and 45 opportunities. ERA over 4, so high ERA for him. 65 strikeouts and 55 in a third. Gave up 3 home runs.
Closed out the game in Pittsburgh in the snow. You don't get this kind of weather down in Dominican Republic. Trying to have some fun with it.
For Rodney, still has a good fastball. His fastball will be 93 to 96 miles an hour. His changeup is best off speed pitch.
Got a career mark of 44 and 64 and an even 300 career saves.
D. Gordon. 1 for 4. Scored a run back in the first.
Gordon 0 for 2 career against Rodney. Did not go, says Phil Cuzzy. Advantage, D. Gordon. 2-0.
That's one of the things we know about Rodney is he can get wild at times.
Fernando made the All-Star team in 2014 with the Mariners at 48 saves. He is tied for 26th all-time with 300 career saves.
And D will take all the way here, 3-0.
You betcha. Fernando in the 15 season was traded after getting 16 saves with the Mariners. And that'll work. We'll bring the tying run to the plate. Brings up Gene Segura. Segura 0 for 1 against Fernando. There's a strike. Gene's got a couple of hits today. 2 for 3 with a walk, stolen base, scored a run. Back with a strike. 0-2 at 94.
Haven't seen his changeup yet.
That's one of the better ones we've seen. A hat tilted to the left in honor of his dad. He used to work in a hot sun down in the Dominican. That sun out of his eyes. It's a tribute to his dad. Fernando, 41 years old. Nice job by Gene to fight that off.
That last pitch was a changeup, but it wasn't a particularly good one from Rodney. He left it up in the zone. A little bit easier to get to it as a hitter.
0-2 pitch. Ball 1. Fernando got to the major leagues in 02 with Detroit, was with the Tigers into the 09 season, then to the Angels for a couple of years, Tampa Bay, Seattle, the Cubs, the Padres, the Marlins, the Diamondbacks, and now the Twins. Runner goes, good break, swing and a miss, throw down to second, goes into center field. He'll hold right there with Buxton backing up. Another stolen base for D. Gordon. He's 3 for 3.
Well, he took off because Rodney wasn't paying any attention to him. So it was an easy steal.
One out. Runner at second. Robbie Cano's going to be the hitter. He's a career 3 for 10 against Fernando Rodney. Checking the numbers is Paul Molitor. Beat out Terry Francona last year for Manager of the Year in the American League. Robbie with a blue single into left center field. 1 for 4. Time for that first homer. Ball 1. Robbie with 10 hits here in the young 2018 season. Pitch from Rodney. Fastball in there for a strike. Good pull side home run ballpark for Cano. Put it in play to shortstop. Adrianza throws across for out number 2. The third is Gordon.
Leave it up to Mitch Haniger. Keep things moving along. Mitch 0 for 4 this afternoon.
Going to be facing Fernando for the first time. Sellout crowd of 39,214 on its feet.
And we're going to put the shift on with him hitting.
Pitch with 2 home runs. He's driven in 5. Ball 1. Haniger trying to keep it alive here. Pitch from Rodney. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Elevated fastball. Mitch tried to tie this ball game up.
Shift on against Mitch. 3 defenders infield left side. Pitch. Left field. There to make the players Rosario. And that ends the ball game as Fernando shoots it in the sky. Twins win their home opener 4-2. They hit 3 home runs. Yesterday, Mariners gave up 4 home runs, and today they left a whole bunch of guys on base.
And that, to me, that's the difference in the ball game today. The Mariners hitting with runners in scoring position had a tough time of it. Just 2 for 17 overall today, so plenty of opportunities. Just could not break it open after scoring a couple of runs early in the ball game.
Well, that'll do it for us. Off tomorrow, back Saturday. For Mike Lowers, I'm Dave Sims. Mariners postgame presented by Alaska Airlines starts right now with Angie and Ryan Roland Smith.